Well, here we are, the Cowpens battlefield. Usually I say we're live, but of course we're not live. We're pre-recording. On this field, American troops under Brigadier General Daniel Morgan won a single victory over British force command by Lieutenant Colonel Bannister Charlton, January 17th, 1781. Yeah, we're going to do it this way because I don't get a signal here. I tried live streaming here before, and I looked at the Verizon coverage map and there's still no signal. So I figured what I'll do is I will pre-record the video. I'll put the video as is on YouTube, and then I can play this video back live streaming on Twitch and just watch the video. Also, we're hoping the weather cooperates. Taking a chance. Also, I have so much stuff to pack up every time I go do an IRL stream, and I forgot something important. The clip for my gimbal for my phone. I brought the gimbal, so guess what? We're going back in time. We're using the phone stick today. It's the backup. So image won't be as stable as it normally is with the gimbal. It's a really beautiful area down here, though. There's several things to see, and I wanted you guys to see it. People don't get to see everything. You want to see other parts of the world, and I really, really wanted to do a live stream here, but this is the next best thing. Yeah, very overcast here today. It was misting rain on the way here, and I had a bad feeling. So hopefully we'll be okay. I kind of miss my gimbal already, though. Yeah, there are a lot of trails. We'll look at all the signs so you guys can see what it's like. The Revolutionary War. This is a Revolutionary War national park. Morgan's army came from many states, the two Carolinas, Delaware, Georgia, Maryland, and Virginia. They were joined by the militia, some of who had helped destroy the British army of loyalist Americans under Ferguson at Kings Mountain. They camped nearby without tents and nervously awaited the dawn. So yeah, this battlefield is considered one of the turning points of the Revolutionary War. There were several down south when the British headed down south. I guess they weren't used to the mountains, and so the local people, the mountain men, they had the advantage. And so yeah, this particular battle, this battlefield, it was won by the colonists at the time. Oh, there's a really cool tree down here too. Morgan chose this ground for its tactical advantages, a river to the rear to discourage the ranks from breaking, rising ground on which to post his regulars, an open forest, and marsh on the side to thwart flanking maneuvers. Oh yeah, here's that tree I was talking about. I've taken some photos there in the past. Isn't that a cool tree? Cavalry Dragoon of Cowpens. The open forest proved well suited for cavalry action. Fast-moving, hard-hitting mounted troops called Little Dragons bolstered the 18th century infantry. At least 70 South Carolina and Georgia mounted militiamen armed with pistols and sabers used in the campaign augmented the veteran 80-plus man American Dragoons of Lieutenant Colonel William Washington posted in a swell nearby. They were hidden from the British. Maybe on the way back I'll take a selfie with the tree. Yeah, I was motivated to do this. I've been following some great IRL streamers on Twitch. And Sydney, aka Coco, whom I met on either Carla Stop stream or Debbie CSM stream. He lives in Michigan. He was streaming from Michigan this morning. I also follow him on YouTube. Yeah, it really motivated me. It's like, I want to IRL stream and I wanted to do something different, which this is definitely different. I do have my other phone that way I can take pictures. I don't have the wrist strap because it's not like I can re-chat. And in a Revolutionary soldier's footprints. Here we go. The Continental Army at Cowpens. This line consisted of Continentals from Maryland and Delaware, as well as militia from Virginia and North Carolina, seasoned veterans under Lieutenant Colonel John Eager Howard of Maryland. They had served at least 1 year and were Morgan's most reliable troops. Many served for the duration of the war. They were trained, paid, and uniformed by the Continental Congress. There you go, silhouette. Oh, the gun's missing. He used to have a gun. A rifle. It's gone. There's a cool statue monument over here. Oh, I remember in this trail it's got that nice soft cushiony thing. Well, it's kind of broken up, but you look at it. This is the Washington Light Infantry Monument. The Washington Light Infantry of Charleston, South Carolina, erected this monument in 1856 near the final stages of the Battle of Cowpens to commemorate the important American victory here. But the years have changed much of the monument's original appearance. It stands today as the earliest testament to the valor of the Patriot Army at the Cowpens. We're going to try to take a picture. I'll do this with one hand. While using this app, we don't want to see me. Here we go. Hey, how you doing?
Good.
I think this trail, we're going to stay on this part. I think they connect. Although I guess technically, because the sign is facing the other way, this is probably supposed to be the trip back. It's okay. Double envelopment on this field. The Continentals blunted the British advance, then charged with bayonets of flashing cavalry hit the left and right of the 71st. The militia reformed and surged against the right and left. British troops found themselves overwhelmed and surrounded. Morgan had executed a double envelopment. In less than an hour, the crucial Battle of Cowpens had been decided. That's really cool. There's a look of it. See, learning something. Knowledge is power. Also, the temperatures are so much better. I think it's only in the 70s today, which I'll take. This is different. I got so used to live streaming, so I mean, I really do feel like I'm talking to myself, which I am. I am talking to myself. Colonel Howard's misunderstood order. After firing twice, the militia retreated behind the Continentals who were awaiting the British advance in this area. British reinforcements, Fraser's 71st Highlanders, threatened the Continentals' right flank. At Lieutenant Colonel Howard ordered his right flank to turn to face them. His center and left flank misunderstood and began an orderly retreat. Sensing victory, the British broke ranks and surged forward. Morgan ordered the Continentals to face about and fire at close range. Raw recruits of the British 7th Regiment panicked and fell back. The Highlanders, still coming in like a mob, were repulsed. This stage was set for entrapment, annihilation, and an American victory. We're kind of reading them backwards now since we're supposed to be going that way. So yeah, there's another battlefield. It's not too much further. It's Kings Mountain. Really nice trails there. Once again, I looked, there's no signal there, so I can't live stream. But since we can do it this way, I may go there at some point. Plus it's more in the mountains. This is the foothills of the mountains. Which once again, that's why I feel like this was a turning point in the war. The British troops, they just didn't know how to handle the terrain, and that's why the war turned. There's actually a few people on the trail. Had a group behind me, and I see some more people. It's a really nice area. I'm going to have to go down and take a selfie at the cannon. All right, let's read this one. A race for the grasshopper. Near the end of the battle, as the Americans swept forward, 2 Continental officers sought to capture the enemy's light 3-pounder grasshopper cannons. Captain Anderson of Maryland won the race when he used his spontoon to vault forward onto one of the grasshoppers. Captain Kirkwood of Delaware captured the other. That's really cool. Alright, we'll set the phone down. The tripod is easier to use on the gimbal. Okay. Let you guys get a good look at the cannon. I'm also going to upload these to Discord as I go along, so let me do that now. I'm going to do that one. Try to do a selfie of me with the cannon. Alright, I'm going to upload those two. Onward we go. Whoa! Pay attention to where I'm walking. That'd have been a fun clip to make if I fell. So I figure when I go home I'll rest up a little bit and then I'll probably go ahead and get on Twitch and we'll just play this video. I'll upload it to the PC. I'll just put myself on camera and we'll commentate. I already see, got some notifications, people are already replying on Discord. I'll have to look and see what they say in a minute. Well, that tree's seen better days. So there are legends, there are haunting stories about the battlefield. People say they hear like horses and sounds of like the battle going on. Which makes sense. A lot of people died here. If you think about it, it's kind of, even though it's, now you look at it and it's like, oh, it's a beautiful walking trail. Well, it was a battlefield. So a lot of people died here. I don't know, once again, I don't really believe in ghosts or anything like that, but it's always, you know, interesting to read about stuff like that, or at least maybe be a little open-minded. I think I had seen several like either books or even on the internet, if you look like upstate South Carolina haunted areas, this would make the list. I'm so mad at myself for forgetting the clip for the gimbal. I was so careful to pack everything up. Nice places to sit on the trail. Oh, this one's really faded. I After firing his order, the American skirmishers melted back to the second line of defense. Seeing this, the British troops moved forward, quick step, raising great shout as they advance. Yeah, that one's just, that sign's kind of weathered. There's also like a historical cabin down here. I forgot, we'll read what year, but you know, it's just kind of kept as it was. It's a little bit of a walk to get there, but we'll go there. It's a cool photo opportunity too. Taking some really nice photos there. Yeah, right around here is where the trail meets back on the trail that we were originally on. Kind of goes around in a loop. But then we take another trail to go to the cabin. I wonder if a lot of these trees were from Hurricane Helen last year. There's still so many areas that are still recovering from that. The British Army. British Commander Lieutenant Colonel Bannister Tarleton ordered a detachment of cavalry forward to scatter the American skirmishers. The green uniformed British Legion, American loyal to the King, awaited the order to advance. Yeah, because the British troops wore the redcoats. So we also had some green coat. Oh, so they were, okay, I get it. They were the colonists that were here, but they were still loyal to the King. They were still loyal to the British, okay. Like I said, that's the way we came. When we walk back, we'll walk back that way. Sword clash on Green River Road. Nearby, retreating British officers of the 17th Light Dragoons clashed with pursuing American horsemen led by Lieutenant Colonel William Washington. He quickly outpaced his troops, broke his weapon at the hilt when he got into a sword fight with a British officer. According to legend, Washington's young servant rode up just in time, saving his life by shooting the attacking British officer. All right, this leads to the cabin. Gonna be a little bit of walk. Yeah, the Scruggs house is what it's called. Yeah, if it were sunny and hot, this would be a little unbearable. Hopefully we'll have the cabin to ourselves. Yeah, if I could live stream here, I would actually walk here quite a bit. It's about 15-minute drive, somewhere around there. This will be pretty in the fall. Which we're getting close to, by the way. I can see the cabin ahead. Of course, it's overgrown right now, but I imagine what we're looking at over there. I mean, the war was going on. The battle was going around all around here. You can actually drive from the parking area at the visitor center to get closer to the cabin, but we're walking, we're exploring, because it's about the walk as well. Besides, why do things the easy way? Alright, nobody's behind me. I feel like the people were just walking like the trail loop part. So maybe we'll have the cabin to ourselves. So I don't believe the cabin is part of the actual battle. We'll see the years when we get there, but I think it just happens to be on the land. You can see it there, and we're walking up on it. You can't go inside it, but you can look inside of it though. All right, no one behind us. I can set the phone down when we get to the cabin. I'll take some pictures and I'll drink some water. It's like a little house on the prairie. I never really watched Little House on the Prairie. I'm thankful the weather's been nice. I was really worried about it. The Robert Scruggs house. Robert Scruggs married Catherine Connell, and in 1828, his father, Richard Scruggs, gave them 200 acres of land. They had 11 children, wow, and added onto the house as the family grew. They added onto it. Life at the time was hard. Yemen farmers raised corn, wheat, potatoes, and livestock, while their wives tended to household tasks such as spinning wool into yarn, rendering animal fat into soap, and maintaining a vegetable garden. Alright, the grass is all wet. It did rain earlier. They have it like set up with some old stuff, and we'll try to put the foam behind the bars. Simple life. I wonder how good of internet connection they have. Hey, what's your Wi-Fi password? That's cool. Let's I'm gonna set the phone down again. Let me adjust it. Let me see. What can you guys see? I have to step down. All right, let me see what someone said on Discord. Looks like it could be small enough for concealed carry. That's what Fire Trophy wrote. Looking inside. Oh no, I closed the camera. All right, let me post these pictures on Discord. There's a nice chimney on the side. I've taken pictures there before. If you can tell, they rebuilt that window. That's a more modern window. We'll go to the back porch here in a minute. But you get a good side view of it. Oh, my shoes are like wet. Wait a minute, where's my picture? There it is. See, it's nice to have the other phone, because obviously I can't use this phone because that's where I'm recording from. Well, you can take pictures while you're doing video. There's the back view of the house, cabin. They have it locked where you can't go in. All right, there's the Scruggs house. Back when life was much simpler. And we're gonna walk back, but we'll walk back on that loop. We'll hit some of the signs that we missed on the way down. I don't know if you can tell, grass is all wet, my shoes are wet. They'll dry off by the time I get back to the car. And there's a sign down here. I like angling the phone stick. I need to make a checklist of things to pack up. A most dreary appearance. In 1849, a journalist, historian Benson Lossing traveled to the Scruggs farm seeking information about the Cowpens battle. Using the house as a point of reference, he located fields within quarter-mile of the Scruggs where the battle raged more than half a century before. Journalist Lossing noted that the battlefield presented a most dreary appearance. Axe and plow had turned an open hardwood forest into stumps, pine thickets, and cornfields. So yeah, the Scruggs just happened to build their home on a battlefield, but the battle had taken place much earlier. Now we're heading back. Yeah, so you could actually drive here, but taking the scenic route and getting some exercise in. Let's see, we're at 38 minutes right now, so this is probably going to be about the same time as my other IRL streams. A little over an hour. Yellow flowers. I brought my backpack with me. I was like, well, pine cone or something fell over there. I was like, if it rains, I can, of course, I don't have my gimbal. I would just have to worry about my phone. Field of death, because that's what it was. So after a battle like that, I mean, I do wonder, like, what do they do with the bodies? Do they just let the bodies just rot on the ground? Do they come back and bury them later? Because, you know, there'd be a lot of British soldiers who never made it back home. I don't know if they're buried out here somewhere. You don't hear about things like that. I don't know. But the most important thing is Americans and the British, we have a good relationship now. It's all good now, which is the way it should be. Also, do you think if I go back in time and presented the colonists and the British soldiers cheesecake, I think they would have just made peace right then and there. I think cheesecake should be present at all negotiations. Nobody's unhappy when they're eating cheesecake, unless you're lactose intolerant or something, but yeah, we're definitely gonna do the Kings Mountain. It's further drive. It's kind of weird because Kings Mountain is actually in North Carolina, and the way I would go to the battlefield, I would go into North Carolina, but then you come back down. It's like basically just right across the state line, but you come back down into South Carolina to go to the actual battlefield. So the National Park battlefield for Kings Mountain is in South Carolina, even though Kings Mountain itself is in North Carolina. It's just straddling the line. But that park is a little bigger than this one, and trails are just a little bit nicer. They have where you can go in and watch a movie. Actually, I think they have here. I'm not going to go into the visitor center itself. I don't, they might have policies of not filming inside or something. But I remember the one at Kings Mountain. It's like a little mini theater. You go in and you watch a movie. But I think here they had like a small little area with a television screen where they would show history about the Cowpens battlefield. But like I said, we won't go in. It's always like the person who works in there is always like a park ranger, so they got their uniform on and everything, and I don't get yelled at for trying to stream. Well, I'm not technically streaming, but I am video recording to stream. I think people just like to walk for exercise, so I think they do the loop part of the trail. No, she's actually walking down this way, but I could see if you lived around here, this would be a good place to walk. Also, it does close at night. They don't want people out here walking on the haunted battlefield at night. Unless she is walking the loop. I think up that way just leads to more parking, but that's the way we came from earlier. So we're gonna go this way, so we haven't seen any of this yet. See some more people ahead. People! You can still do the exclamation point people when you see this later. It's up to you guys. That's for you guys. Oh, I didn't drink some. We're going to sit at the bench here a moment. I meant to drink some water. I didn't drink water at the cabin. All right, we're going to read this sign. I'm going to sit at the bench for a moment. Oh, landscape restoration project. In 1781, this field was a grassy meadow dotted with tall hardwoods, native grasses, and cane. Today, the land is being restored to its appearance at the time of the battle. Okay. Makes sense. All right. That way you can see me. Has some people coming, but they're not close yet. Cheers. This is the perfect weather. Very relaxing. Very relaxing. Who wants to walk the battlefield of death with me? All right, onward we go. We're at the 48-minute mark. Yeah, we'll have to take a picture at the tree. It's a cool photo opportunity. Yeah, we're roughly going to hit the hour mark, so that's not bad. Hey, how you doing? Oh, there was some more metal statues out here. Not really statues, but like metal framework of soldiers. But I thought it was like in this open area over here. I don't know if they're there anymore, or if it's just overgrown. Because I think right up here is where we walked across, I think. Could be wrong. I've been here in a while. Because it was like 10 years ago, I took a picture of me. It was like, because the metal sculpture of the soldier had a gun, and I kneeled in front of it and had my hands up. Oh yes, it is here. But his rifle's missing, just like the other one. Someone's put a stick there. It's like, yeah, someone put a stick there to represent the rifle. That's funny. That's worthy of a picture. All right. Sorry for shaking. There's his rifle, a stick. We know as kids, that's what we use sticks for, right? But that's the second of those that we saw where the rifle was missing. Sharpshooters at the skirmish line. The sharpshooters at the skirmish line waited until Tarleton's army got within shooting distance. The orders were to slow Tarleton's advance with well-aimed rifle fire and then fall back to the militia second line. As the British came within a range, the militia delivered a deadly fire, dropping 2/3 of the officers, then funneled back through the Continental line. So this was right here. This all happened right here. Wow. 2/3. "52 minutes." Yeah, we're gonna hit almost right at an hour. I'll film all the way up to the entrance again. We didn't really get a good look at the monument at the beginning because there were a lot of people up there. Well, hopefully the video is not too jerky. I'm so used to the gimbal now with the stabilizing. So post oak, not to be confused with pre-oak. So I guess oak is in the middle. Let them get within killing distance. The American second line of defense stood in position here. About sunrise, the British appeared. The militia, though not trained to stand against massed British bayonets, fought well and shot with deadly effect. At first it was pop, 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 and then the whole volley. It seemed like one sheet of flame from right to left. Let them get within killing distance. I should be making to a t-shirt. Positive quote of the day. Let them get within killing distance. I'm enjoying this. I mean, I wish I could live stream it. It'd be cool to be reading the comments as I'm doing this. But still, I mean, I'm getting to do it. I still have the sense of adventure, which is nice. So yeah, this is where we cut across to get to that first monument. So we're kind of back where we started. We're gonna go this way. I wanna go to that tree again. I should take a picture of, because I do have an old picture of me standing in these the steps of the soldier. So we're going to take a new one. It's a wide stance, by the way. Oh, I'm doing that like you guys can see it. Okay. There. Got the picture. Someone should put a stick on his arm to represent the rifle. I'm glad I did this. I was on the fence only because of the weather. All right, here's our tree again. It's just a cool tree. There, got a decent angle. All right, I'm gonna get a distant picture of the tree. Find a good angle. A red maple. Old relics from the past is what Scott Chitter wrote. Let me upload these pictures to Discord. Ooh, felt some raindrops. I think it's just rain from the tree, or drops from the tree. Did I have the one in front of the fireplace? Yep. All right. Well, let's go back to the beginning. Say goodbye to our cool tree. The dragoons, we already read that one. All right, we're at the hour mark, so we're gonna go to the monument, and then yeah, I'll shut the video off, go home, relax, maybe get a bite to eat, and I will stream this video later on Twitch. I'll just like put my camera on and commentate, I guess, down in the corner. That way the VOD will be, you'll still see this video on my VOD. And then I will upload the video as is without me commentating on YouTube. So Visitor Center. We're off to see the wizard, the wonderful Wizard of Oz. This is not the yellow brick road, but by the way, in North Carolina, they have a Wizard of Oz, some kind of park. I've never been there, but I've seen it. And they do have the yellow brick road. So when it gets fall, I want to go to the mountains. But once again, I've been looking at the coverage map. I don't know if I can live stream at some of these places. So I could do the video. Maybe I could go there and attempt to live stream. And if the live stream doesn't work, I could just stop and just do a video and do it this way. That way we can see some places. Live streaming is definitely more fun because I feel like I'm not alone when I'm live streaming. Wow, there's a lot of cars in the parking lot. I remember we brought Zach here. I have a couple of pictures of him walking right here near the monument. It's so cute. Treaty of Paris, September 3rd, 1783. There you go, some stats. British forces, Lieutenant Colonel Bannister Troughton commanded Troughton's Legion, 550 men. Total British, 1,050 men. Congress of the United States has caused this monument to be erected on the site of the Battle of Cowpens as a testimonial to the valor and appreciation of the services of the American troops on this field in behalf of the independence of their country. That's really cool. All right, we're going to set the phone down. Here we go. I'll post those on Discord real fast. Well, the one picture didn't take. I don't know. I have to do. Oh, there it is. There's been a couple of these. There you go. Battle of Kings Mountain, October 7th, 1780. And we're going to go to that battlefield here soon, real soon. Battle of Musgrove Mill, August 19th, 1780. And there's one more over here. How do you get a picture of the cannon too? Battle of Camden, August 16th, 1780. I'm going to end the video here. I am going to take a picture of this cannon though. Alright everyone, thank you so much. I'll be talking to you guys on Twitch here shortly. But I'm going to end. Peace out.